Hello, my name is Erica Hinton, and I will be speaking on the 5 principles of communication. Our textbook states that the 5 principles of communication are be aware of your communication with yourself and others, effectively use and interpret verbal messages, effectively use and interpret nonverbal messages, listen and respond thoughtfully to others, and appropriately adapt messages to others. Now that I have gone through the breakdown of the 5 principles of communication, I will discuss my experience with not using the 5 principles of communication. My mom cooks Thanksgiving dinner every year. And this time, she let me know that she is going out of town and that I have been tasked to, or been appointed to cook Thanksgiving dinner this year for the whole family. Everyone in the family knows that I'm not much of a cook, and that's not going to change in a few days with a few days notice. I'm beyond nervous to prepare such a special meal, and it's causing me a lot of stress. When my mom told me that she was leaving, and seeing the look of excitement on her face, I didn't want to tell her how I was really feeling. So it looks like I'm going to be making a disaster of a meal for Thanksgiving. I'm pretty sure that if I were to tell her that I'm stressing out about the meal, if I were to convey to her, or if I was able to make her aware or communicate to her that I'm stressing out about cooking the Thanksgiving meal, she would have probably changed her plans. But because I didn't, here I am going to make this horrible meal, but we're going to do the best that we can. Now that I've discussed the experience, I will make some inferences. Due to my inability to use the 5 principles of communication, I wasn't able to tell my mom about my insecurities. Her plans to go out of town were really bothering me. I wasn't able to tell my mom how scared that I'm feeling, and it's, giving me stress to prepare Thanksgiving dinner. Emotions played a huge role in my experience because the stress of me not telling my mom about my insecurities, about her plans to go out of town, are still going to happen. Now I'm forced to prepare a meal that I'm not equipped to do. From this experience, I've learned to go ahead and tell someone how you're feeling at the moment you start feeling that certain way. Maybe something can be done or worked out, but because I waited too long to tell my mom, she couldn't change her plans. Now that I've made some inferences, I will now discuss how these inferences can be transferred to real life. Our textbook states that our awareness of our own behavior and the behavior of others is the first step in understanding. Verbal messages that we use are pivotal in shaping the roles we assume and how the group accomplishes its work. Eye contact, tone of voice, facial expression, and the use of space and time influence what it feels like to work with other people or to handle situations like mine. Effective listening skills is one of the most valued by those that work in groups or in teams. The ability to modify messages and adjust to the behavior of others is especially important when communicating with people. In conclusion, the language from our textbook creates a new social reality for me because now I'm aware of dealing with situations where I need to speak up right then and there. I didn't appropriately adapt what I needed to say to my mom, but I am going to go ahead and do that now. Making people aware of how you feel, even discussing the situation will let them see that you're stressing, but because I didn't do any of that, the situation cannot be helped. So I will be making Thanksgiving dinner, so pray for me. Thanks.